Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we spoke to a concerned citizen about problems with trash and illegal dumping. And Hesterberg Law Firm organized a costume drive, touching base with schools in Floyd County to help make sure students have the Halloween costumes they want.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Thursday, October 16th. It's 6:31 this morning, and time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at that forecast. And might we say happy Friday Eve, Megan?
Oh, we could say happy
Very
Friday
close.
Eve. And we're also halfway through the month, too.
Wow, all sorts of stuff going on today. It's crazy. And the YMT, we're going to be in downtown Hazard tonight, too. We haven't really mentioned that, but we will be there for the celebration of our 40th anniversary.
We will be. I'm excited to have a piece of cake.
It's going to be so fun. We'll see you there.
We will see you there. And in terms of those temperatures, it's going to be a perfect afternoon if you are going to be joining us. So let's break into that forecast. This morning, we're looking at some 50s, some folks a little bit warmer than others. 60 degrees on the dot in Monticello. This afternoon, though, if you are joining us downtown, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s with nice and sunny skies taking us all the way throughout the day and no chance of rain to ruin your Thursday. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. In Buchanan County, Virginia, police have arrested a man in connection with an ongoing child abuse and death investigation. Police say they've charged Logan Curtis Boyd with felony child abuse and neglect, as well as felony murder. The investigation comes after police found a minor dead in the Van Zandt area back in July. Boyd is being held in jail without bond. Well, we are learning new details about a tragic shooting in a southern Kentucky neighborhood. Investigators in Pulaski County say a man gunned down his neighbor in his driveway with a bizarre claim that he was being tortured. 911 calls detail the chaotic moments after the violence, and yesterday a detective testified about the case. Our Phil Pendleton has the new information in this case.
A moment of desperation after a woman says her husband had just been shot.
I need you to get the 209 Dogwood plane. Now my husband's been shot by James Gleason.
She was one of two people who called to report the shooting. The other was Gleason himself.
Tortured for 5 years now. They run around bragging about it. You know, I've kept it in as long as I can.
James Gleason was charged with murder in the shooting death of Adam Roark. The two lived across the street from each other. A sheriff's detective testified Wednesday that Gleason had a bizarre claim of how that alleged torture by his neighbors was done.
They were using direct energy weapons and communication devices to threaten him, and he decided to take matters into his own hands that night.
Dozens of Adam Roark's family and friends attended the hearing. They did not want to talk on camera afterwards, but they told me they want to thank the community for the tremendous amount of support that they've been shown. A detective also testified that Roark's wife and two teenage children witnessed the shooting.
Mr. Gleason standing over top of Adam before discharging the firearm into Mr. Roark more times.
Detective Jones also said their evidence shows that Gleason fired the gun until it was empty of all of its rounds. The judge found probable cause for indictment and denied a request to lower his bond from $1 million. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Gleason's attorney says he'd like his client to receive a mental evaluation sometime during this legal process. A Pike County man was arrested after he was accused of breaking into a home in Floyd County. It happened Monday when police were called to a home in Prestonsburg in connection to a burglary. When they got there, police say a woman was sitting on the porch waiting for them. A victim told police that Daniel Mead lunged toward them before a fight broke out. Mead was later taken to the Floyd County jail. On Monday, 3 judge executives from Pike, Floyd, and Perry County joined us on Issues and Answers to discuss the problems with trash and illegal dumping. Charles Turner has lived in his Perry County home for nearly 4 decades, but during the last few years, he's seen illegal dumping and trespassing across the ridge from his home. Turner, along with his neighbors, say they're concerned.
I've contacted CSX. They're the owners of that over there. And they put me off on the city police. Well, the city police does what they can, but they're not going to clean that up. and they can't come in here all the time, I suppose, because it's an inaccessible place.
Turner says after he calls police, the group usually returns within a few days. A family's restaurant in Wolf County is now gone after an overnight fire on Wednesday. The Wicked Wolf had become a popular spot in Campton, and for the owners, it was a piece of home. WYMT's Caroline Mueller spoke with the family about the loss and their hopes for the future.
The Draper family moved from Massachusetts to Eastern Kentucky 4 years ago, caring for a relative and starting fresh. Their dream of opening a family business quickly became reality until Tuesday night.
By the time we got here, one section of it was pretty much in flames, and then for the next couple hours we just watched the whole thing go down.
The Wicked Wolf was a family operation through and through, with Amy, Dan, and their children all working together to make it grow during the last 2.5 years.
I also say to my wife all the time that I don't go to work every day. I go and hang out with my family.
Yeah.
Flames and heavy smoke are still coming from what used to be the Wicked Wolf. Now owners say it's hard to even think about what comes next.
We put everything we had into it, and now it's gone. So, it's just so many different things and my kids worked here and now they don't have jobs, and, it's just so much to process overnight,
The Drapers were also just a couple months away from a major expansion. Now they are left with heavy loss, but they say the support from customers has given them hope.
I can't even explain what it means, the prayers that are coming into us today, and the people that are putting such wonderful things on there for us. We feel very supported, and we do hope we can come back and continue to serve them, because you fall in love with people.
Fire crews tell me when they arrived, there was little they could do with the resources they have. The Drapers say rebuilding will not be easy, but with their family and community behind them, they hope to bring the Wicked Wolf back. In Wolf County, Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
The Wolf County Volunteer Fire Department says the cause is still under investigation by the state. And we have the family's Facebook page linked on our website, WYMT.com. There you can find ways to help the family during this tough time. In Laurel County, the City of London experienced a power outage yesterday. According to Mayor Randall Weddle, it happened when 2 transformers went out at a substation. The latest update the mayor provided on social media was just a few hours ago, and we did check a short time ago on poweroutage.com, and it showed us that only 45 customers in the county were without power. In Bowling Green, the National Corvette Museum broke ground on a new expansion project. Officials say it will significantly enhance its preservation capability and public access to automotive history. The new facility will house some of the world's most historic Corvettes and artifacts.
Corvette spans, the last 70-plus years of automotive history, and throughout that time it has hit different kind of pop culture or Americana high points. One example is the car behind me. This 1967 427 Stingray was once owned by Neil Armstrong. He actually drove this car while he was training for the Apollo 11 mission.
And it is expected to open next fall. Former WYMT reporter Tanner Hesterberg now spends his days in the courtroom, but this season his head is in the costumes. Hesterberg Law Firm organized a costume drive touching base with schools in Floyd County to help make sure students have the costumes they want this Halloween. The office compiled an online wish list asking those who are able to purchase costumes for the nearly 250 students identified as in need, an outreach that has already brought in more than 80 costumers. Hesterberg says this is an extra way that he can give back to his people, and he hopes to see each child get the costume that they requested.
Floyd County is home for me, and we wanted to pick a county as our test pilot this year for this program. And so while we are very excited to help the kids of Floyd County this year, we're even more excited about hopefully expanding this program into other counties throughout Eastern Kentucky in the future.
Hesterberg shared the wish list on his Facebook page, where he hopes to see more people supporting the call to action to make sure trick or treat is nothing but treats for Floyd County's kids this Halloween. Well, now Thanksgiving, which is just a little more than 1 month away, but the prep work is already starting at the Lexington Rescue Mission. Each year, they serve hundreds of meals for the holiday, but not without the help of the community. With just a few weeks left until they serve their 24th Thanksgiving meal to people in need, they're asking for help. Laura Carr with Lexington Rescue Mission says you just never know when you might need their services.
We're serving about 250 meals a day right now. We have a lot of people that walk through our doors, many for the first time, just because they're hungry.
Carr says their dinner is also a good way for them to connect people to the resources they might need to achieve stability.
We're still seeing a little bit of clouds out and about, but they are tapering out. And as we head into the afternoon, looking at nice and sunny skies all afternoon and evening long. No worries for any rain chances. And for most folks, the fog is little to none. And we are just looking at a little bit of those temperatures in the 50s. Mid-50s is what you can mostly expect, with temperatures this afternoon and a mixture of the upper 60s and low 70s. Here's a look at that bus stop forecast for you today. Temperatures will get into about the low 50s as you're heading off to school. By the time you're heading back from school, though, we'll be looking at the upper 60s and low 70s. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan, and thank you so much for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:42. During this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we've been hearing about the importance of getting mammograms to detect breast cancer early. We'll tell you more coming up.
Travel for